the night we met again. The city was alive with the hum of nightfall, neon lights reflecting off wet pavement as rain drizzled softly from the sky. Inside a small, dimly lit cafe, two figures sat opposite each other at a corner table. The air between them crackled with an electric tension that had been simmering for years. Isabelle hadn't seen Ethan since the summer they'd spent together in Paris 5 years ago. It had been a whirlwind of passion and unspoken promises, but life had pulled them apart, leaving nothing but memories that lingered like a haunting melody. Now, as she gazed across the table at him, she felt that same pull, the magnetic connection that had once been their undoing. Ethan's eyes, deep and piercing, searched hers as if looking for answers to questions neither had dared to ask. "I didn't think I'd ever see you again," Ethan murmured, his voice low, almost a whisper. Isabelle smiled faintly, her heart pounding in her chest. "Neither did I, but here we are." Their hands brushed against each other on the table, a spark igniting at the simple touch. The world around them faded, the bustling cafe reduced to a distant murmur as they became lost in each other's presence. "You haven't changed," Ethan said, his eyes tracing the familiar curve of her lips, the line of her jaw. "You're still as beautiful as I remember." Isabelle blushed, her breath hitching as his words sent a shiver down her spine. She had always felt vulnerable around him, as if he could see right through her, peeling back the layers to reveal the raw, unfiltered truth beneath. "You look good too," she replied softly, her voice trembling slightly. She wanted to reach out, to touch him, to feel the warmth of his skin against hers. The memory of their last night together, the way his body had moved with hers, the taste of his lips flooded her mind, making her ache with a longing she hadn't felt in years. As if reading her thoughts, Ethan leaned in closer, his breath warm against her cheek. "Do you ever think about that night?" he asked, his voice husky with desire. Isabelle's pulse quickened. "Every day," she admitted, her voice barely above a whisper. Their eyes locked, the unspoken yearning between them too powerful to ignore. Without another word, Ethan reached out and cupped her face in his hands, his touch gentle yet firm. He leaned in, closing the distance between them, and kissed her, slowly at first, savoring the taste of her lips, the softness of her skin. Isabelle melted into him, her body responding instinctively to his touch. The kiss deepened, becoming more urgent, more demanding, as years of suppressed desire and unfulfilled longing poured into that single, heated moment. The world outside ceased to exist. All that mattered was the way their bodies fit together, the way their souls intertwined, as if they had been made for each other. The cafe, the rain, the city. All of it faded into oblivion as they lost themselves in the fire of their rekindled passion. Ethan pulled her closer, his hands trailing down her back, igniting flames wherever they touched. Isabelle's fingers tangled in his hair, pulling him closer still, needing to feel every inch of him, to erase the years of distance that had kept them apart. They broke apart only when the need for air became too great, both of them breathing heavily, their foreheads pressed together. The intensity of the moment left them dizzy, their hearts racing in sync. "I never stopped loving you," Ethan confessed, his voice raw with emotion. Tears welled up in Isabelle's eyes as she smiled through them. "Neither did I." As the rain outside turned into a downpour, they knew that this time they wouldn't let each other go. The night was theirs, a second chance at the love they had once lost, and they intended to make every moment count. Hand in hand, they left the cafe, stepping out into the rain. The city, once a backdrop to their heartbreak, now became the stage for their reunion, the night air filled with the promise of a love reborn.